Surprise, surprise, everybody. I am Melinda NailFanatic of Love, Peace, and Happiness Tarot, as well as NailFanatic's Artistry Design Studio. And I just got in from doing the open mic, and I received the inspiration that I had some disruption-free time, some peaceful time of solitude in which I would be able to read for all of us about this solar eclipse in Leo at 29 degrees of Leo on the 21st of August. It's going to be in the morning. I know that I think it's 10:15 if I remember correctly, the time of the solar eclipse, Pacific time. So I am here now to do this reading for us and see what the energies are offering for us to work with at this time. Okay, so here we go. We're going to get started with the sign Leo. And I'm going to do my basic spread of 3 cards. And we'll see how this works out, okay? So what are the messages for Leo in regards to the solar eclipse? Let's see, what is their area of life that is being focused on for Leos during the solar eclipse. Okay, the 2 of water. So it's about our connection as Leos. It's about your connection with others, relationships, romantic interests, also that soul connection, that divine self connection, that embracing of the masculine and the feminine aspects of the divine self, the divine masculine and the divine feminine coming into play largely at this time in regards to the situation. For some of us, it's a situation where you're growing in new love, new romantic interests. Where is our power? Our power is in what area and what course of action for us as Leos, the High Priestess. Your power is in remaining receptive. The support underneath is the Page of Fire. So I'm seeing that you're going to have the opportunity presented to you according to putting out your wishes. It's going to come back to you. So we have a 2 and another 2 and then the Page of Fire. So what I'm picking up here is that the intuitive wishes and dreams you're putting out, you're going to start receiving that inspiration back because you're in a place where you're really uniting the divine masculine and the divine feminine so well that things are coming in with greater flow and ease. So now that we've done the sign of Leo, we're going to go ahead and move down the list to Virgo. And I am recording this live on YouTube. If anybody has the time and energy available to timestamp this, that would be greatly appreciated by all. For Virgo, you have the 8 of water as the situation. The moon is your best course of action, and the 2 of earth is your underlying support. So your ability to create physical situations and circumstances is your support right now. As you're following your intuition is your advantage. Following that release, allowing for the release with these eclipses, allow things to go away because the situation is moving away from things that had served you at once but are no longer serving you in the way that they used to. And so the environment is no longer hospitable for you. It's time for you to move on to places and situations, emotional situations largely. Emotions come into play a lot here that suit you better, that are more in line with your own intuitive process, with your own spiritual process, with your own intuitive nature. So if you're allowing and embracing a situation, whether it's familial, in a family situation or a romantic situation or a work situation or whatever type of situation it is, that this relationship or this situation has not been allowing you to express that spiritual nature of yourself, well then, you know, you're going to be finding a strong urge to move on from it. And that is what you're being guided to. And the Two of Earth says that, you know, although you may not feel like you're able to take this new chance for a new beginning for yourself, you know that it's time to put something on the back burner and raise something else up higher. Now, with that being said, let's get into the sign of Libra. And I greatly appreciate all of your support. I greatly appreciate every like, thumbs up, every comment is read. Especially the ones that you put on the permanent video uploads. Those are all read. So what are the messages now for Libra regarding this solar eclipse? Okay, there it is. Okay, the Nine of Air is the situation. Best course of action is the Nine of Earth. And the underlying support is the Queen of Air. So Nine of Air says, I have investigated all these different things in my life. I've studied different things. I've learned different things. I've looked at different ideas. And I've tried different things. And now it's time for me to free myself and allow all those things to be what they are, but spread my wings and line up with my true wishes, my true pure essence of what I really desire for myself. And so this eclipse is going to bring within you the urge to really do that. You're on the verge of some final thoughts. And with two nines here, you're at a place where you're feeling a lot of wholeness and a lot of completeness. I feel that you're feeling a lot of oneness with your thought process. You're feeling like you're in line, I feel, in body and in mind. And that your soul is totally lined up with you because you're so lined up with yourself. And so your support is that you're cutting out things that do not serve you. You have enough experience. You've lived enough. You've learned enough. You're wise enough that you know how to embrace the things that serve you best and things that serve your benefit, your pleasure, your appreciation, and match the journey that you have yourself set on. And so your best course of action is continue to hold that stability within yourself, to continue to be self-reliant in this matter, to continue to be stable and grounded, and express that in the way you're living your physical life. So express that in the way that you pay your bills, express that in the way you prepare your meals, express that in the way you prepare yourself, express that in the expressions you share with others as well. And so those are the messages I have for Libra. I'm going to move on now to the sign of Scorpio. And let's see what are the divine messages for Scorpio in regards to this solar eclipse. Scorpio. Today was a beautiful performance. I've uploaded the video, so I encourage you to check it out. I'm getting such a warm, receptive audience every time I go. So I encourage you to check out that video and share it with anybody that you feel could utilize the message. And it's amazing how it worked out, because I actually ended up leaving as soon as I ended performing. Shortly after I left to go perform a pedicure service for a client who's in from out of town. And during her pedicure, the message I gave at the open mic was extremely resonant for her. I couldn't wait to hear the recording because I was in channeling mode while I was on stage. And so when I came down from stage, I wanted to hear it, but didn't have a chance. So while she found the message resonant, I ended up making it back on time to still see the end of the performances. I did a tarot reading for somebody. It was a beautiful night. And now, Scorpio, it shows me that you are right now at a time where you're breaking through past limitations. You're breaking through limiting beliefs and patterns for yourself. And this is really awesome because your encouragement is to continue to be productive and abundant and nurture yourself. Continue to nurture yourself as you're coming through this transitory phase, as you've learned things from a new perspective, as you've embraced new ways and new days for yourself. Continue to be self-nurturing, continue to be abundant, continue to be productive in whatever it is that you've been doing, Scorpio. Continue to be productive. And I'm hearing for somebody, honor the divine feminine. And so that would be getting in touch with that intuitive, receptive place and creative abilities. I feel for somebody out there, you're a performer of sorts, and you have the great opportunity that during this time, I feel like maybe there's not enough performances for you to be performing on, or the venues are low, or something is going on to where you don't feel like you're being as productive in your whatever your performance is, whatever your art or hobby is. Because I'm hearing that somebody's a musician, somebody else is painting, and I know that there are other talents as well, but those are the two that are coming out forward. And somebody who is actually like this person, you're into more of a physical arts, whether that's like martial arts or acrobatics of some sort, dancing, performing, something like that. I'm hearing that during this time, it's going to pick up a lot for you because you're releasing some old hang-ups that you had. And so what's going to happen is the floodgates of abundance are getting ready to pour open for you. And so during this little bit of downtime that you have, it's perfect for you to nurture, self-heal, self-nurture, enjoy the lazy days, enjoy the luxuriousness of your blankets and your pillows, enjoy the beauty of where you're at right now and the wealth of it, because I feel that you're going to be put into a time of great action. And it will be something that you dream of, because as the underlying support, you have the Nine of Water, which is the wish card, which says, when you wish upon a star, these things are never far. And so embrace that opportunity that's in front of you right now with this solar eclipse. So also, I'm hearing that you're going to start being more observant of the signs around you and how they're showing you your positioning in your journey. Okay, so now let's get into the sign of Sagittarius. Sagittarius, my dear Sagittarius, archers, the archers. Okay, so what are the divine messages for Sagittarius with this solar eclipse, love source God? Okay, we have justice coming out as the situation. The best course of action is temperance, and the underlying support is the moon. So I'm hearing for you, Sagittarius, that you're waiting on some karma to be set straight, and for somebody else there actually is a legal action that is taking a lot longer for a decision to come in, for the date to arrive, for everything to line up for it. Definitely patience is the key for you. Your best course of action is to continue to work on yourself while you're waiting on everything to work out for you, because with this Justice card here, I am hearing that things are working out for you and that everything will be set straight. That's what I kept hearing since I've opened my mouth. It's been in my ear. Everything is set straight. So your underlying support is the moon. So these new moons in Leo are doing power for you because they're moving things into position, and that makes sense. I'm hearing that, you know, Leo is your brother sign, your sister sign, your fellow fire sign. So understand that everything is working out for you. And I'm hearing, let the waters of the soul calm the fire in your heart for a little bit. Not permanently, just mist it a little bit with the calm of the heart, so that you can go through this period with a greater knowing, with a greater expression of the faith in the alignment that you have with your higher, lighter, and brighter good. I do see that for somebody, there is a Sagittarius out there, and you really have a Libra person on your mind, regardless of what the relationship is or the positioning of Libra, or what planetary position they have in Libra. This person has a strong Libra energy where they're very fair, they're very balanced, they're very unbiased, they're very always trying to make up for what is lacking in another, and being that balancing agent and stand up for others. And so with you, there is a romantic air there, but I feel that it's not totally being embraced. And I feel that with this, you are being brought to really look at yourself and see, why is it that you have been inactive in as far as pursuing this situation that really entices you. And I feel that you're going through a time of clarifying what that is within you. Okay, so that's for Sagittarius. We're going to get to Capricorn next. For Capricorns with this solar eclipse, what are the messages, Love Source God? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, so grateful. Okay, let's see what's the situation for Capricorn. Capricorn, I have a child that's a Capricorn. Queen of Water. The best course of action for you is the Ace of Earth. And the underlying support in this situation is the Five of Air. So there's a situation that for somebody out there, like, it's causing you to be emotional. You're all up in your emotions, and some of it is running a little wild for you. And I have other storylines too, so don't get mad and go away yet. But you're a little bit in your emotions because you're at a place for a new start. Something you had to let go of. There was something that you had to let go of. For somebody, a car broke down on you. For somebody else, you've moved. And for somebody, it's a person that you've had to let go of. And now you're going to be on your own. And it's time for you to really learn how to dance in that energy is what I'm hearing. It's time for you to learn how to let go of the negative thoughts, negative programming, negative beliefs, and really embrace this positioning that you're in, and embrace this new beginning that you have for yourself, and take the wisdom of what you've learned from the situation that has you feeling emotional. For somebody else, I do feel that your psychic receptivity is really high right now, and you're very much into your meditation, you're into your breathing, you're eating in a way that would support these situations for you to be enhanced, and you understand that there is room for enhancement there. And so what's happening is, because you've been in this state for so long, now you're starting to have a physical manifestation as a result of it. So I feel like your skin has cleared up. I feel like you might have lost some weight. I feel like your diet has automatically changed on you. Your eating habits have changed. All of a sudden somebody started exercising. Things like that are happening for you. For somebody else, you found a new job and you knew it was coming. And so now there's some learning to do, and there's some new situations for you to get comfortable with. There is an air here of uncomfortability, and it's good for you. The uncomfortability is to help you move forward into a new situation, because if you can be uncomfortable enough with where you are, it's going to be a catalyst for change for you. And I feel that either way, you're knowing what's going on. For somebody out there also, you're dealing with a water sign person, my dear Capricorn, somebody who is very, I feel, air of jealousy and insecurity there. And you're at a place where you're ready for a new level. I feel that for somebody out there, you're wanting to move in with this person, and the underlying support is going to be a change of mind. I feel that for some of you, you're ready to move in with this person, but you know they're jealous, and you know they're insecure, and you're starting to have your doubts and wonder, if I move in with them, is this really going to fix anything? Is this really going to change anything? And I feel that you already know that answer. And so what your freedom is in knowing that you still have room to change your mind. If this person is codependent already, and you're not living living together, and they are already showing jealousies and insecurities and trying to see who's up on your phone and where were you and how come you were 5 minutes late and what took you so long to run into that store. Did you know somebody in there, and who is that person that smiled at you, and why did they wink at you, and do you know them, and why are you looking at that billboard, and why are you like, you see the picture? So your best course of action is to take this new start by yourself. And you may think that it's time for you to move in with this person or progress a relationship with this person, but the underlying support for you is in having a change of mind and learning how to do the dance on your own first. Okay, so next sign is Aquarius. Aquarius, what are the messages for Aquarius for this solar eclipse on the 21st of August? Thank you to all my overnighters who are up with me doing this beautiful deed of divinity, where we look in and peel back the veil and check it out and see what we can utilize for ourselves. So Aquarius, what are the messages for Aquarius? What is the situation? Let's source God for Aquarius. Okay, here we go. Situation is the 7 of air, and the best course of action is the 6 of fire. The underlying support is the 6 of air. And I see your hellos, and hello, I greet you back. Namaste. This situation is the 7 of air. There is a situation in which somebody has been keeping a secret. And so you are actually moving on. You're following the energy of moving on. And so now that you become aware of the secret, you are going to make peace with the situation, and that's your support, making peace with the situation and moving forward in a very persistent way, and leaving behind things that are not part of your victory path, because you're on a victory march right now. For somebody else, you are at a new level of divine perception and divine understanding. And so with this new divine perspective, you are feeling like you finally got through some complications. You finally got over that conflicted thought pattern. You're finally getting over that conflicted lifestyle pattern. And so now your actions and your thoughts are finding a greater sense of harmony, because you're able to see things from a different perspective. You're able to see how conflicts are actually nurturing the soul, allowing you to have room to grow, allowing you to have experiences that help you know what serves you, what pleases you, and what you choose for yourself. It's giving you samplings, as if at a buffet and you take a sample, or a new restaurant that provides a sample of the different tastes. You go to Baskin Robbins, you can sample all of the 31 flavors, and I feel that for you, you've done some sampling of some flavors, and now that you've realized that you don't really like that flavor, you're moving forward in your actions and in your mind. And so whatever this situation is, it is something that you have chosen to leave behind, because there are things that matter more, things that resonate more true. And so there are some old things that are moving away from you and that are just no longer a part of what you are. And so those old outdated beliefs and limitations, you let go. Those egotistical based emotions, feelings, patterns of behavior, you're choosing to leave behind for a more harmonious nature in the way you act with the world around you, in the interactions that you have with everything that you touch, in all things that you do. And so this is coming along with the support of your mind being in that same place. Your mind is also working well with all of the harmonious thoughts that are put together inside of you, that resonate with your soul, that resonate with the divine perspective. And that is your pursuit, and that is your goal at this time. And so that is your power at this time. See the divine perspective of the situation and allow that to be your cheerleader to move you forward in a more harmonious fashion, in which your mind and your actions are aligned with your heart and that divine knowing. Now we're going to get into the sign of Pisces. What are the messages for Pisces in regards to this solar eclipse for August the 21st, 2017? Okay, let's see. What's the situation for Pisces? The Magician, The best course of action is the Two of Fire, and the underlying support is the Ace of Water. So for some of you Pisces, you've been working on manifesting something and now it has come true. The situation for you is you found something new that you want to manifest, and so your best course of action is to begin to act as though it were possible and that it was going to definitely happen. If that were the truth, what would be the first thing you would do? Would you draw the picture? Would you make the call? Would you write the letter? Would you gather the information? Would you do the research? Would you draw the flyer? Would you get the phone number? Would you go inquire about renting a location? Would you go put an application in? Would you draw up your resume? What would you do if it was destined to work out? If it was a surefire thing, what would be the first step you would do? Take it. Do that, because this is a new love within you. And this new love is supporting the energy of this whole situation. And so own that power. Know that you do have the greatest power in your universe to affect any type of change. And so as you put the application, as you make the phone call, as you date, whatever it is you're doing, it's the support is that there is love there. And more importantly than love from other, there, which there is also that there is that self-love, is the support that's going to help you in this journey and in this path of what it is that you're choosing to manifest at this time. Because something that you had been doing worked very well for you for the time that it worked, and now it's time just to incorporate something new, find a new focal point, find a new course of action, find a new habit, a new direction of behavior for yourself. And that is your best course of action at this time. Okay, so Aries is next, and then we will we still have Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer left. So let's see, what are the messages for Aries at this time of this solar eclipse, love source God? We understand that this is a 6-month fallout from this situation. And I don't know how much appropriateness there is to the word fallout, but that was just what came in to say. So what is the situation for Aries with the solar eclipse, love source God? What is the situation for Aries at this time? Okay, the situation for Aries is the Queen of Fire. The best course of action is the Ten of Air. And the underlying support is the Queen of Water. Aries, Queen of Fire is a card for you. So I feel that the situation is that you are either involved with a fire sign person, or more importantly, and more profoundly at this time, what I'm hearing is that you're living in your skin, honey. You're totally doing you, which means you're doing your hobbies, you're doing your arts, you're doing the things that make you smile, the things that make you feel accomplished and successful. And you're creating additional opportunities for yourself, and you're owning your abilities and your powers. Some of you are starting new businesses, some of you are starting new routines, some of you are expanding how you've been doing your career, or you can mix and match those words to all of those subjects, because for different ones of you, those combinations are all true. And your best course of action is just to be resolute with that Ten of Air. To be resolute in the decision that you've made, reach your conclusion. Is that your final answer? Yeah, because as you reach that conclusion of what you're creating, that wish is sent out, the universe immediately begins to respond. And so now you're at a place where you can make that decision because you've really thought the situation through, front, back, upside down. You've even tried it a few different ways, and now you realize that there's another more productive, more pleasing, more satisfying way for you to move forward. And so the Queen of Water is your underlying support. It's your psychic knowing. Your psychic knowing is letting you know that this, what you are acting on, is right for you, and you're just lined up emotionally and with your actions. And so being in that type of alignment, plus being decisive, which is your advice at this time, to be decisive is definitely your place of power. Whether you apply this to romances or finances or self-empowerment, your place of power is in the decision that you take, that you want to create this situation for yourself. If you want open your spiritual receptivity, the decision that your spiritual receptivity is now expanding is a powerful one. If you want to expand your business, the decision that business is expanding for me and I am knowing what to do is a powerful decision to make, because whatever decision you're making, the universe is immediately responding to it and supporting the energies of your desires. Now let's get to the sign of Taurus. And let's see, what are the messages for Taurus for this solar eclipse? Love source God, what are the messages for Taurus regarding this solar eclipse? Okay, there's the situation, is the 8 of air. And the best course of action is the 10 of earth. And the underlying support is the 5 of air. So with the 10 of air, again, we have, or the 8 of air, excuse me, we have a situation where everything you think about is coming back to you. And so each thought as you think it is supported by another thought. If you get on the thought of your abundance and you think about one thing long, and I'm also hearing for you, stretch yourself so that you can feel what your dreams feel like. Because your dreams do not live in where you are comfortable. You must stretch yourself so you can see what your dreams feel like, okay? Stretch yourself, stretch your abilities. Get out there and express yourself. Do the things that make you feel like you're a fabulous shining star, because it's exactly what you are, and that is your power. Now on to our final reading of the night for the sign of Cancer. My dear Cancers, let's see, what are the messages for Cancer in regards to the time of this solar eclipse? Love source God, what is the situation for those with the sign of Cancer? Okay. The situation is the messenger of water. The best course of action for Cancer is the World. And the underlying support is the 8 of air. So something that you have been wishing for is the opportunity is coming around now. The word that you were wishing to hear, the love offer that you were looking for is here for you. Are you going to allow for the transformation? Are you going to allow yourself to accept the world that you wished on? Because for some of you, this is a romantic situation. You are wishing for a partner. You are wishing for something to happen in a romantic way. Now you're getting that opportunity, and it's going to bring about major life changes for you. But the support is that the wishes that you had are coming back to you, and standing in place until it was right has been good for you. Standing in place until the knowing has grown to where it is like a strong urge has been good for you, because you have had to wait, and now it's time for the waiting to end. And you will know this because this person is going to be such a beautiful reflection of the energy that you are. Your vibration and their vibration matches so well, and this person is so interesting to you. You just want to ask every question that comes to the top of your head, but then before you know it, 12 hours have passed and now it's time to go to bed. Or before you know it, the phone battery has died after 4 hours of talking nonstop on the phone. Situations like that are happening for some of you. There is a lot of communication, a lot of thoughts going back and forth, tossing back and forth ideas and beliefs and plans and visions. And the best course of action for you is to really express that you are realizing how this is everything that you've been working for. This is everything that you've been expecting for yourself. This is the complete package for you. Now, for some of you, you're going to see this happen in regards to business, and there's a business partner that's going to talk to you about something that at first could be a little bit emotional for you because you're emotionally vested in it, but at the same time, you're going to see the reasoning in it. You're going to see the finer points there, and you're going to allow yourself to really go with these changes and go with the flow. And as this emotional opportunity presents itself to you, understand that there are changes. There are changes that must occur, and they have to do, a lot of them, with your perspective on things and your willingness to wait and to act when guided to do so. So, this is the end of our solar eclipse readings. Now at the end, I think I just want to pull one more card. I'm going to use a different deck. And I'm just going to pull another card to really help encourage us, okay? I'm going to use my Psychic Tarot for the Heart deck and pull a card just as a closing encouragement for all of us, of all of the signs. Okay, that's it. This is the Wheel of Fortune. In this deck, it's called Flow, and it says, look for the good fortune, because things are coming to an end. Old karmic cycles are reaching their conclusion. It's time for a new beginning. As you're in touch with your emotions and your soul, and you allow your mind and your actions and your words to harmonize and become immersed in where you're really standing now, it shifts around you. Everything is shifting around you, and things are turning out for the better. And so understand that regardless of the choice you make, this card is called Helpless and Hopeless. I really don't care for those two words. Those are not really happy names of streets, because I see this is one street, that's another street, but if you look, they both end up at the same place. And so I would call this one one route and two routes, because it's just two different routes to get to the same destination. Now, how do you know which way you want to go? Well, you stand still, just like this person is standing still. And then once you get into that centered, grounded place of stillness, consider the one option. What does it feel like to go that route? What does it look like, and how does that change life for you? And then go back to center. Go back to neutral ground. Now consider the second option, and get into the feeling place of it. Get into the living place of it, and go back to your center. And then make the comparison of how those two options felt. And from there, pick a road, because the roads are going to feel something along the lines of what your heart was feeling like. You centered yourself in meditation and quieted long enough to hear it. So whichever route you go, you're going to reach your destination, understand that. But situations are coming to an end. Another thing about this is that as you think about it, so you bring about it. So while you're looking at the roads to go, try to find the parts that are beautiful to focus on as you consider the